Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back. Today in this video, we are going to be talking about a lure that I recently got that I really like, and I was a little bit hesitant on it at first before I pulled it out and felt it, but once I put it on this rod and reel combo that I have set up here, I absolutely loved the way it felt, the way it swims when I first put a cast on it. I haven't caught any fish on it yet because it's just new and I haven't fished it specifically for fish. I haven't rolled up on any bluefin boils or anything or casted it onto them. So I'm hoping I could get a fish on it, land at least any kind of fish, bluefin, yellowtail, yellowfin, calico bass, bonita, barracuda, whatnot. So we're going to talk about this lure, and the lure that I am talking about today is going to be this guy right here. This is going to be, there we go. All right, this is going to be the Shimano Stick 140S, and as you guys might know already from my previous video, I'm a big Shimano fan. I love their lures, I love their rod. Well, yes, I do love the rods, I do love the reels and the lures. I gotta say I love the most out of anything. There is a series of rods that I really like, which I'll talk about here in the video since I have one of the rods in front of me. But I really like their lures. I have some of their other lures. I forget the name of it. It's one of their poppers, or it's the Orca Pop, I think. But I really like that lure. It casts very well. It creates a good amount of splash, but I still got some more lures that I want to try out from them. So this lure right here is going to be the 140S stick from Shimano, and the 140 is going to be the size, but the S at the end of the 140S means that it's a sinking bait, so it's weighted. It's not going to be a floating. They make a 140F, which means that it's a floating lure. This one is a sinking. And as you guys, ow, the hooks are very sharp, they're stocked. As you guys might be able to tell right there, you could see that weight right there. There's a weight in there that creates the sinking in it, which I really like. It casts very far. It sinks pretty slow. It's kind of got like a little wobbling action on the way down. So it kind of flutters down like this, flat. And it's got this little concave head right here. So I think when that's what creates the wobble in the water, is that little concave right there. It's got a good split ring, really strong split ring. I like the design of it because it's not just like a straight stick bait style. It has a little curve and narrows out at the tail. So as you guys might be able to see right there, it's got like a little dip. The hooks are a little bit weak on this thing. It's great for bass, barracuda, bonita, maybe small yellowtail. But if you're using this thing for bluefin and yellowfin, definitely change it out to bigger, stronger treble hooks. You could go with BKKs, Owner, Mustads. I think there's some other ones. A Gamakatsu probably. All great hooks. I personally would go with Owner because I'm a big fan of Owner hooks. But so far I have the hook stock because I haven't targeted any specific fish on them. I just made a few casts with this lure and I absolutely love it. On this rod, actually, I'm not 100% sure on how much this thing weighs. I threw away the box, or actually, I have the packaging right here in front of me. If I could retrieve it really quickly. Where did it say it? Let me quickly, here it is. So this thing, whoops, that's not it. Here it is. This thing is the 140 millimeter, 5.5 inches, 54 grams, meaning it's 1 7/8 of an ounce, and it's sinking. So that's a little bit of information about that lure right there. And for the rod and reel combo I recommend on this, it is going to be you're going to want to use this thing on here. on a bait casting setup. You could get away with like a small conventional reel, but I personally would like to do it on a bait casting setup. You could get away with probably a Trinx 500. I personally have it set up on a Trinx 400 with what used to be a 9-foot Terramar, which used to be a 9-foot Terramar rod, but now this rod is a 8-foot Terramar rod. I broke the tip off of it in my truck, and I gotta get it repaired, and they brought it down to 8 feet. So the line class is a little bit bigger than what it was before. It was a 9-foot 20 to 50. Now it's probably going to be more of like a 30 to 60 from what this rod is meant for. I have this reel spooled up with 30-pound braid on top of like 50 yards of 30-pound mono. I really like that setup. I would not go any heavier or any lighter in terms of the mono. The braid, I would go with 40 or 50-pound braid on this reel. I wouldn't go 30. I just think 30 is not heavy enough. But I really like the Shimano Terramar series rods, mainly because they look great. They feel great in the hands. I like how they could be used as a versatile jig stick on some of their rods, since they make 7 to 9 foot rods. Some of their 9-foot rods are 2-piece, which I don't like. I prefer the 1-piece, but this is going to be the older model, so this rod did come in a 1-piece. I bought this rod used for 80 bucks, and I love it so far. Probably one of the best rod purchases I've made in a long time, besides my surface iron jig stick over there. So you could pair this rod up with probably like a small Torium or even a Trinidad, but I like it with the Trinx. You could go with the Trinx 400. Don't go with the Trinx 300 because that's going to be too small of a bait casting reel. Don't go with the 500, too big of a bait casting. You could go with Alexa. That's another good option. I don't like Lexas. Actually, I shouldn't be saying that. I do like Lexas. I just don't like Daiwa. I do like their Lexas though. They feel pretty good in the hands. So if you guys are looking for a great jig stick combo to throw your stick baits, or I shouldn't say jig stick, I should say stick bait rod and reel combo, this is what I would personally recommend. A Trinx 400 spooled up with 50-pound braid on top of 50 to 100 yards of 30-pound mono, on an 8 to 9 foot rod, specifically a Terramar or even a Phoenix. I would do a 9-foot Phoenix M1 inshore rod, and once you have that, you are pretty much golden to be throwing smaller surface irons, stick baits like this that are sinking or floating, poppers, and some probably like small lipped stick baits like the Yozuris and also some of the Shimano ones. So even Nomad makes a lot of good great of stick baits. So that's a little bit about my favorite combo right here for stick baits and surface irons and also live bait. But hopefully you guys like this video. Think about subscribing, hitting that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.